Okay, PowerSchool, how to hold or report from a student, or actually how to block any page for a student who, for whatever reason, should not have access. Um, One of the most common scenarios is that a student has not returned library books. That's a very common scenario, so that's one we're going to work with. I have a fake student here. So I've gone in and created a field, and I've got two fields. One is can access the report online, and the other one is reasons uh, reasons for the report hold. So these options are no, yes, pending, and then just the reset dashes, which I always like to use just for good measure. And I put these in and translated them because our parents are Chinese and our parents will see the reason. So I put in some examples: primary school library materials, secondary school primary IT equipment, secondary IT equipment. This is the student residential life office, and this is tuition or enrollment problem. So I've got the different reasons in. The way that this works is we can update individually or by batch um, this field and then select the reason. I usually ask my team to do this one by one because I want to make sure they get the reasons correct. If you have the reasons ready for copy paste, you can submit them through the Excel upload into the student records, no problem if you want to do a batch. The next thing that happens is that we're within PowerSchool, here's my custom report card, for example. So I've actually only put this on the report cards, but again, you could put it on any page. At the bottom of the report card, I have created um, a little onload through JavaScript. So onload function no tuition. And this is a footer that we're loading anyway. So when the image loads, it will call this function. You can call functions a few different ways. Some people use iframes. I know that you can force a body tag in. I like to use the image tag because if I've made a mistake in the code or there's some change, the only thing that's going to happen usually is if this doesn't work properly is the image. Usually the image will still load and nothing else is affected. But I do like to put it down in the footer, and in an image you can put it, you can call it in another way. Um, and then I have this students tuition payment. Okay. This is actually the field I made because initially we were like, oh, let's be able to hold reports if students don't pay tuition. So this students tuition payment is actually what this database field is called. Yes or no. I'm sorry. Yes, no, pending. So this color is set to match the background color of my page. At the end of the day, all this does is put something at the bottom of the page that says yes, no, or pending that nobody can read. And that's because it's the same color as the back of the page. You could hide it different ways, but it actually is putting those words on the page. And if you know how to do it in your CSS, you can insert it there, or you can even set your CSS up to not only insert it, but to block it from printing. All that's very possible. So anyway, this is the bottom of every report that we make that's online, every HTML report. And this is called, and this is what it is. It's pretty simple. It's this right here. And what it's going to do is it's going to look, and if it finds that that is equal to no, if that through the DOM, it'll look, and if it's equal to no, it's going to redirect the parents or the student to the tuition issue page, and it's going to say your report access is being blocked, and it's going to actually tell you the reason it's being blocked because it's going to call tuition reason, which is this. So it's going to display one of these. We've been using this now for over 2 years. It works really well. It's very easy for the office staff, the librarians, and everyone to administer. And because you can actually insert it on every page, if people try to hack back and get to stuff, it doesn't work. The images are loaded generally before any of the content. And yes, it's possible using certain tools to grab the text out of the DOM before it's loaded, but you're never going to get the clean and actual report card that way. So I think it's a good solution. Okay, just a quick proof of concept. I've limited this view because I'm actually in a live version of PowerSchool. Now, this is not a real schedule. This is a fake schedule, but I do have real students loaded into my demo parent account, so I don't want anyone to see their information. So I have a report card link, and let's see if you can see it here on the left in the menu. So I'm going to click report card, and I've marked the student to not be able to receive reports, and boom, right there. As soon as it loads, it forwards it over. It calls the script, and it tells you why your report's being blocked. So it does work, and it works very, very quickly. It's free, and it's really, really easy to implement. And if anyone's interested in knowing more about this, please contact me.